Hey, Pastor Steve Waldron here, New Life Pentecostal Church, Albany, Georgia. I hope you're having a great day in Jesus. Today is December 11th. Now, I know you're watching this probably in the month of January, just guessing, because we do our videos in advance. So we're going to give you an update on the Premier Study Bible. So December 10th, we had a meeting with Apostolic Publishers International through Zoom, which is a wonderful multi-meeting platform with people. You know, yesterday we had people from California, Tennessee, Washington State. I'm not sure where Brother Booker was. He's kind of an evangelist. He's based out of California, may have been in California. Mississippi, Brother Rowley. Can't remember the other guys on the committee in Canada and Louisiana. They weren't in the meeting yesterday for various reasons. So I just want to give an update on the Premier Study Bible and how it's been selling. It's been out a little less than 6 months. And it's like leather soft, and obviously a lot less than that in the limited edition. So here's what's sold to this point of the genuine leather, which now the genuine leather, if you've been following the Premier Study Bible, you know it's one of the finest genuine leathers ever. A lot of people mistake it for the Moroccan. You say, well, you're just doing that because you're the general editor. No, I'm being straight up with you guys. It's unbelievable. Like Brother Wilson says, he has a genuine leather, you know, the cowhide by his bed every night. He says he just has to pick it up and feel it and open it. He ends up reading it just because tons of people, when they got the cowhide came out before the Moroccan leather limited edition. They thought the cowhide was the Moroccan. It feels that good. So shout out to Jackie Schmidt at Thomas Nelson. We learned to trust her explicitly with all things design at Thomas Nelson. And she had a piece of leather, and she buys these from all over the world. She's constantly in India, China, you know, different places with their printing operations, then buying pieces of leather from all over the world. The United States supposedly has the best leather besides Moroccans, from, you know, UK through Nigeria through Morocco. So then she said, I found a better one. She said, originally we had Montana cowhide. She says, that's the best leather you can get outside of Moroccan. And so then she said, we've got a Michael Kors leather. She said, it's unbelievable. We're going to give you that one on there. Trust me on this. And we said, okay. And then towards the last of the project, she says, I have found a lot of leather, you know, because leathers are like people with skin. You know, genetics play a part, location, what you eat, DNA, you know, genetics, but then what the cow eats, all of these play a part. The climate they're in how a leather turns out. And she said, just trust me, it's going to blow your mind. So we had looked at some Charles Stanley $149.99 special edition leathers and stuff. This is just amazing leather. It blew everybody away. So of the cowhide, I said all that to say this. We originally got in 3,140 pieces, and we've sold 1,679. So in about 4 or 5 months of the cowhide being out, to sell 1679, we're very pleased about that. The leather soft black, we got in 2,088, and we've sold 1,055. The leather soft brown, we only got in 616 of those, and we've already sold 573. A lot of people like that brown. It's almost sold out. The leather soft burgundy, we got in 1,468, and we've sold 893. A lot of people like that. People tend to like the brown and the burgundy better than they like the black. The black has the gold on it, but some people do like that. And then of the limited edition, we got in 1,000, and we have sold 766. So total sales this point is 4,966. So right at 5,000 out of the 8,312 we received, besides the 2,000 or so plus that, you know, that the Worldwide Pentecostal Fellowship bought to send overseas. So there's another 2,000 that they bought at cost and shipped overseas. And the percentage of sold is 59.74% of the available stock is sold. So that's really good for a study Bible. It's only been on the market 6 months. That's not on Amazon, that's not on CBD, that's not on eBay, that you have to buy from Insignia Books. Maybe it occasionally be on eBay, somebody will put it on there. If you buy them in case lots of 14, you get 20% discount. But Insignia Books, insigniabooks.com, Brother Matt Jones has a real burden for this, and he's just been doing amazing with that. So I just thought I'd give you an update on how it's selling. And then every study about it comes out is going to have some editorial corrections that need to be done, this type stuff, some printing errors in there, in the notes, even one word, I've done a video on this, in the text in Psalms, it had unto doubled in one of the texts. And so all of that editing is supposed to be done, Lord willing, by March 31st, 2020. And so the goal is, and it looks like we may sell out beforehand, we will see. The goal is to get that second edition coming out because what will happen, if it's done by March 31st, we get the files to Thomas Nelson in April, it'll probably take them 2 or 3 months to reformat everything. So you're looking at July. This is best case scenarios, by the way. And this is if there's no China trade wars and other things. Hope, God forbid, any other wars. And then it'll take at least another 2 or 3 months to print. So you're probably looking somewhere next fall at the earliest for the second edition to come out. And we can't come out with electronic editions, whether apps or with Logos Bible software and talks with them, or somebody else, Accordance, BibleSoft, Olive Tree, that for other electronic accessories. And also we would want the second edition. Before we get into, we're going to talk to Thomas Nelson. We've already talked to them many times about this, but we've got to see how much extra it would cost to get their comfort print text in the next edition, and then to do a large print edition and a personal size edition. And then like a student edition where you remove some of the stuff, make it a little thinner. And then maybe even a hardback children's edition, looking at that. Some of the guys on the committee are wanting to do like an Allen candy cane. What happened is the Moroccan leather, the limited edition of which there's, we've already sold, 76.6%. And I will tell you, it's going to be less than that because we're having to use some of the like starting in 1,000 going back, in any printing, there's 3 to 5% of mass-produced Bibles. Something's going to be wrong. A page is going to be folded down. Something, a smudge on a page. Any number of things to help with that 3 to 5% defective, because we didn't have overage with that. Most of like we should have only had 8,000. We've got 8312, and that's because Thomas Nelson prints overage. They factor in, I forget if it's 5 or 10% overage either side. So like if you get 2,000 Bibles printed with them, which is pretty much the minimum, we did 10,000. In the contract it says, I forget if it's 5 or 10% overage or underage, either way, but usually it's overage to take care of these. Well, what happened was 1 or 2 of the big case boxes coming from Kingsport, Tennessee, where they went to get wrapped, signed, and numbered and all this, got damaged in shipping. And so, like Bibles, it's not like print on demand, especially stuff with 4 multicolored ribbon markers and stuff. And so there's probably going to be well under 1,000 of these ultimately available to the general public, just because we're having to replace some of the damaged ones. And so the limited edition turned out so good. Like, we've got guys that are part of the team that are Bible collectors, like Brother Kevin Archer in Florida, and Brother Jonathan Shoemake, and maybe Brother Bo, and others that are, and so like they get like the Allen candy cane. So like the candy cane, 75 limited edition, 3 different ribbon markers, and they sell for $1,800, the candy cane, because it's one of 75. So they're all wanting every year to come out with a wide margin, something kind of to compete with the candy cane limited edition. The problem is, and I didn't have the heart to tell them yesterday and it had already been an hour and a half meeting or something, but Nelson really doesn't just print 75 Bibles. They're going to want 2,000 usually of a particular color, type, index. And but they did 1,000 a limited edition for us, which we're very grateful for, because they were doing 9,000 other Bibles. And just a lot is going on with the Premier Study Bible. A lot of good reports, get it constantly, testimonies, people coming to further knowledge of the truth because of the Premier Study Bible. And so we're very grateful. So we feel like, Lord willing, it's just getting started with about 5,000 sold in less than 6 months. The Perspective magazine ad that we ran for 3 months, according to Brother Jones, seems to have been our most effective means of advertising at this point. I mean, we haven't even started a Facebook account for it, Twitter account. It's still in the embryonic stages, even though it's out. So a lot of room to grow, and that is the Premier Study Bible December 2019 update. So seems like there was something else I needed to tell you. Oh, I knew though they wanted a wide margin. I know I mentioned that. So that's good. What was it? I can't find what it was, but a lot of great ideas, especially on the advertising aspect of promotions. A lot of great ideas. Like, here's the number of defectives. Like, we had 30 of the standard defective, and Nelson sent 37 to replace those. Limited editions had 22 defective, and Thomas Nelson was only able to send 5 more to replace that. And then there was another 24 defective from somewhere. I was taking the notes, but I don't think I did a really good job. So, God bless. Talk with you later. Fall in love with Jesus, and you'll love his Bible. God bless. Talk with you later. Amen.